How long until you hear back after your co-op board interview in New York City? We'll demystify this topic in the following video. I'm Nick at Hauseit. Visit Hauseit.com to learn how to save money if you're buying, selling, or renting real estate in New York City, Long Island, the Hudson Valley, or Miami and South Florida. So let's get started. So how long does it take to hear back with a decision after your co-op board interview in New York City? Well, there's no firm answer to this question because the actual timeline varies significantly by building, which by extension depends on the nature of the managing agent, how busy they are, their personality, their general approach, as well as the board. How long does it take the board to convene and have a decision? How quickly do they communicate that to management, which is then relayed to the buyer's agent or the buyer's attorney? So the long and short of it is that there's no clear answer here, but in our experience, the quickest you'll hear back is potentially the next morning or within 24 hours. So if you have an interview after work, which is pretty common, let's say you do the interview at like 5 or 6 o'clock on a Thursday, you may very well receive good news the following morning, so Friday morning. But on the flip side, it could potentially take up to a week to actually receive the formal decision after the interview is completed. So as far as how to set expectations, I think the first thing to do is just reflect on how the interview itself actually unfolded. If you got the sense that they were basically just giving you an orientation about the building and telling you about, when the trash day is and so forth, it's a pretty solid indication that you've essentially been approved. Of course, you should never assume anything, and the world is full of surprises, but yeah, if someone is going over the house rules and telling you about the way things will work in the building when you're an owner, and they're not really asking you very many questions about your application or your financials, chances are that you will eventually be approved, whether it's 24 hours later or within a week. Now, as far as how you'll receive the decision, again, this does vary based on the building and based on the specific managing agent for that building. Occasionally, you will receive it through your attorney. I mean, that's technically the most formal means of receiving the decision. The managing agent will basically send an official correspondence to your attorney, i.e. the buyer's attorney. But it's also entirely plausible that the managing agent will relay the decision directly to the buyer's agent. So your broker might be the first to find out. Or a managing agent could potentially alert the listing agent only. Or they could just create a giant group email and copy listing agent, buyer's agent, and both attorneys. So the process is very much dependent on the building, but at the end of the day, you will certainly hear at some point in the near future, but most likely within 24 hours and no longer than a week from the time of your interview. So we hope this video was helpful, and if you are looking to buy, sell, or rent in New York City, we can help you save money here at Hauseit. Learn how by visiting Hauseit.com, and if you'd like to speak with us directly about your personal situation and the transaction you are contemplating, we'd love to connect. You can call us at 888-494-8258 or send an email to team@hauseit.com. I'm Nick at Hauseit. We hope to hear from you, and we'll see you on the next video.